What's going on, gamers? It is Ice Creamy over here in State 522, previously known as Joker from my younger gaming days. Guys, today I wanted to bring you a video on the Doomsday specialty trees, as well as some tips and tricks on how to increase your experience points and get to the next level in specialty as quickly as possible. I've been in 3 seasons of Doomsday now. I remember when I first started it, I looked at this and I was like, oh, good Lord. No one explained it to me. I had to pretty much learn it all on my own, aside from a few people here and there helping me out. So I figured I'd try to make a relatively quicker, maybe 15-20 minute video, explain some tips and tricks and some of what these specialty points are and why you would use them. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I actually had to redo this video because I was talking way too fast and I made way too many mistakes. So round 2, take 2. The first thing I want to talk about as far as Doomsday goes, tips and tricks, is going to be your specialty level and how you can increase it as quickly as possible. Because the more that you can unlock in regards to your specialty level, the higher you can get, the more you're going to unlock, the farther you're going to go, and the stronger you're going to be, depending, obviously, on which route you choose. So, we'll go through the green, the blue, and the red in just a minute, but at first, I wanted to just talk about exclusively specialty points. So, it should be your primary goal in Doomsday to increase your specialty level as quickly as possible. Because if you're lacking specialty levels in the later seasons, 4, 5, Eden, actually 5 is Eden, it's going to be challenging because there's going to be a lot of players that have a lot of more experience and or specialty levels than you, and it's going to give them the edge, unless you're a crazy spender. So one simple, easy way to increase your specialty points is going to be to do your quests. So you have, next to your daily tasks, your daily quests, you have your Doomsday Conquest quests. And as you can see, there are plenty of them that will all give you a ton of extra honor points. And the more you can do, the quicker you're going to be able to level up to that next specialty level. So I still have a ton to do. I haven't worked too much on the mineral deposits. What I have been focusing on only is my farms. So I did the first one, which is like you get honor points for getting 25 farms, and then it was like 40, and then it was like 50, and then now I'm on 100. So I have 10 to go, and I'll get 162 of 10K honor bonus or honor points. So if you do the math there, that's 1.6 million honor points out of my required 11.2 million. So that'll knock me, that'll give me 10% roughly. That'll take me 10% further. You do a couple of those, and then you can increase your specialty point within a day or 2, maybe 3. So don't ever neglect your quests. You should be doing these all day. They have quests for occupying territories in the enemy state, and they also have quests for clearing purple tiles, occupying 50 enemy territories in your state. So I did that one already. There's a lot of purple tiles, unfortunately, in our state, and right now, like I said, I've been working on the farms. So here's another tip that I like to do, trick that I like to do in regards to these farms too. And we'll see if I have any that are easy to show you and explain. But let me start by saying this. Don't waste your durability, guys. If you find a fallen farm, and I always look for them, a fallen farm that doesn't take much to get to, then do it. Even if you got to travel, a little bit, just like this one. Prime example right here. It's not a 12, it's not a 13, not a 14, but I'm still going to get the credit. I'm going to go from 90 to 91 by occupying this territory. And guess what? It only costs me 10 durability because I didn't have to tile to it. So here's another thing on that note. If you go back, go back to this one that I captured earlier. If I abandon this, in 20 minutes, I can recapture it again and still get credit. So I would be on 92 of 100 required to get that EXP bonus, that honor point bonus. So play your cards right and abandon and recapture some of these tiles. Boom, right here. If I abandon this one, wait 20 minutes, capture it again, I still get the credit for it. It doesn't say capture different territories. It says just capture the territories. So capture this one, abandon it later, capture this one, abandon it later, and then boom, we're good to go. We've got all those points, those honor points for free and in very little time at all. Same thing here. You could abandon this one and come back to it in 20 minutes. And you just keep doing that over and over again, and very quickly you'll be able to get that award per se for those honor points. And everything you can get in regards to honor points is going to be good. The more you can get, the better. So this is just one of these. There's a man in that one too. This is just one of those quests that you can do. It's going to be the same. You know, there's just going to be different levels to them. So once I go 100 farms, I'll probably try something else. I don't know. I have a bunch of farms around here, so I'll probably stick here for a while. We'll see what happens. But anyways, there's the same tip. You can do that for the same thing. You know, your mineral deposits, all of these, you just capture them, abandon them, capture them, abandon them. Obviously, you're going to get the credit to, say, if you have a, oh, look at that, another one. If you have a purple tile here, you're obviously going to get credits. Say, example, if this was a farm as well, then you're going to knock two birds out with one stone. You're going to get points for occupying the enemy territory, for reoccupying it, and then you're going to get points for that farm as well. So if you can look for those are going to be kind of like 2-in-1s, which I would always recommend to do as well. So, boom, here's another one. I'll probably get there just by doing this video. Anyways, let's move on. So let's talk right now about the specialty trees. So from this point on right now, you know that specialty level is important, and you've learned at least one trick. If you did not know it already, I'm still learning myself, you know, at least one trick that's going to help you increase your specialty level as quickly as possible. Now let me show you a second trick, and it's not, you know, night and day difference. It's not a make or break situation, but it will help when you're doing everything you can and combining all of these things to get increased honor points. If you go into your green tree and you go all the way to the left, you can unlock 2 skills. Obviously, if you go up versus middle versus down, each way you go is going to unlock something different. I typically go in the middle because just by upgrading one all the way is going to give me 9% honor gain after upgrading, building or upgrading honor structures. So there's 9%, 18, 27, 36% already extra honor gain that I can get while upgrading buildings, versus up here, resources required and composite materials required to upgrade your various honor buildings. These are cool. However, resources is not an issue for me, and it's not an issue for a lot of people in Doomsday. What's more important to me is increasing my specialty points. So I'll go all the way down in the middle to this last skill. But you do unlock 2 skills. This first one, maxed out, you're going to get 100% extra construction honor gain for 2 hours with an 8-hour cooldown. And then this last one time a day you can use this, gain a large amount of honor instantly. The higher the total honor structure value, the more honor will be gained. Again, you can use it on only once a day. What this means is your honor structures, the more upgraded they are, the more points you're going to get. And if you're on 12s and you've unlocked your extra assault and guardian fortresses, which we'll go over in just a minute, you should be able to get at least 500 to 600 honor points every night. And you can see right here, if you get 600, and I know that number because I was pretty much over here last season when I tried this skill out, and I got about 600 per night. So it's going to take me 11.2 million to get to this next specialty level. If I'm getting 600 a night, every 2 nights I'm going to get 1.2 2 million. So roughly speaking, this is very quick math, in about 20 days without doing anything else, I'll be able to increase 1 specialty point. So you can see that's kind of like not a huge deal, but it is in the same way too, because if you're combining these quests, you get 1.6 million here plus another 2 million in a few days. You'll be able to increase your specialty level pretty quickly compared to if you weren't using it at all or doing the quests at all. But here's where it gets even more fun. If, say, you were about to upgrade a couple of fortresses, a couple of processing plants, or a couple of your virus facilities, if you combined, here's 100% gain plus 9, 18, 27, 36, so 136% honor gain. But before you do that, so here's the situation. I've saved some materials. I'm about to upgrade my honor buildings. Here's what I do. Go to your base bonus, go to honor increase. Experience gained through territory occupation and honor structure upgrades is increased by 100% for 30 minutes. So you have 100% here for 30 minutes. You have 100% in your specialty tree as well. And you have your 9, 18, 27, 36. That's 236 extra percent for upgrading your honor structures. So save up some materials, activate your honor bonus, activate this skill, and activate this skill. This only you can do once a day, obviously. But activate all 3 of them, and then upgrade the shit out of, excuse my language, upgrade all of your structures at the same time. Ideally, you do that on building day on a daily challenge where you can score some points for it too, but really it doesn't matter. These honor buildings don't really give you that many points as far as Clash of Zones go or daily challenge box goes. So you can see when you combine, all those things, the ticket, the skill, the skills, and the percentage gains here, that it actually helps pretty good. And in just a few days, you should be able to knock out a couple specialty points if you're doing things right and you're doing the quests too. So pair these with the quests. This is a very easy way to go ahead and increase your specialty levels. So full disclosure, guys, this is to the left. I have not tried every single one of these specialties. So I don't really want to talk about all of these specialty ways you can go. I'm just going to talk about some of the basics. And here, it follows like this. Each way you go, whether you go middle, right, or left, is going to do something slightly different. If you go up, typically you're going to unlock skills, like this is a skill, and this is a skill too. I don't see the value right now in going up or to the right. If you go to the right, obviously, if you go down, middle, or up, it's going to be something a little bit different. You have to read it and you have to do a little bit of learning on your own. But if you unlock these last 2 skills here, you go to the right, say you're on level, this one maxes out at level 12. So say you're on a level 11 tile, you can use this skill. You can spend a little bit of time, similar to upgrading a building, and upgrade your tile from 11 to 12. This one right here is for the big hitters, the high tilers. Say you're on 15, you can spend some time and upgrade that to a level 16 tile. I haven't used it. I don't plan on using it. The only one I really am going to go use right here is going to be going to the left, and or as I'm there, maybe going up or down. Once you can compare those, once you can get those, you can combine all of them. You're going to be able to knock some. You're going to be able to increase, not knock. You're going to be able to increase your honor points pretty quickly. So let's go back. We'll go to the blue one this time. 2 ones I want to talk about, only the 2 that I've used before, actually. I always recommend going to the left first or going down first. And it's going to be personal preference, but here's why I would do that. If you go down 1, 2, 3 levels, you're going to be able to unlock 3 extra Guardian Fortresses and 3 extra Assault Fortresses. So if you unlock those and you keep upgrading them, obviously you're going to get more points by using this skill, but also you're going to become so much stronger. So I've only unlocked 2 out of those 3. My plan was to just upgrade 2 instead of 3. But you're going to be able to grow a lot stronger very quickly. And this is a nice little hidden trick that I didn't know until season 2, especially if you're trying to, like, you know, attack a purple tile that's being reinforced by the enemy or something. These buildings are going to come in handy. The higher they are upgraded, the stronger you're going to be. So you unlock these, you upgrade them as well, and you get that bonus honor skill as well. It's going to help you a little bit, and like I said, every little bit helps. So anyways, back to the blue. If you go down, you're going to be able to unlock the extra fortresses. If you go all the way down, you're going to give your buildings a 30-minute shield. Not that 30 minutes is going to make a difference when the Doomsday battle itself, the Alliance battle, was like multiple hours, 30 minutes, and then they're just going to attack your honor structure again. So it's pretty pointless in my opinion. But that's just me. To the left here, you have add extra processing queues. So the more queues you have, the more you can process at once. If you go down, it's going to increase the amount you're able to process at once. I think that's BS, because you're going to be able to, as you upgrade your processing plants, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to carry more in there naturally. What I care about is my processing speed, because if I have to come on every 5 hours and, you know, re-up or refill all my processing, you know, materials to process, I don't care about that. That's super easy. I'm on my phone a lot, and I'll get a lot faster processing speeds. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and then you can do the math. But I see faster processing, way better return on investment than higher or, you know, increased processing amounts. So if you go down, you unlock your fortresses. If you go left, you unlock your queues of processing. You'll be able to process like a monster if you unlock all of them. That's an easy way to get from 12 to 16 relatively quickly. If you go to the right, I have not used this. I don't plan on using this. This is just going to give you, every one you max out is going to give you 75 extra immunity. So roughly there's 20 to 300 roughly extra immunity. But when we're talking about a 12 to a 13 tile, 300 immunity really isn't anything special to me. Same thing if you go down versus going up, it's going to produce something different. It's going to help with something different. If you want to go up, there's only one case where I would really use this tree, and if you can see right here, your destruction power is going to be increased 9, 18, 27. The way I would use this is if you're trying to capture a purple tile, for example, in one hit with, say, your vehicles. If I send my vehicles out right now, it's going to knock this green bar, you know, out of 500 strength or health that it has, it's going to knock it down to 40. I'm very close. I'm very close to being able to capture purple tiles with one hit using vehicles. I like vehicles because they're strong. It's commonly used and they're fast. So I don't want to sit there and wait 3 minutes for my shooters to get there every single time I reclaim a purple tile. I want to reclaim tiles as fast as possible, and I want to get back to my actual life. So that is one situation where I would definitely, if you're as close as me, consider using your extra demolition power, because if you can increase your demolition power, it's going to help you reclaim tiles in one hit with your vehicles. Right here too, after usage on the next attack, deal 1 to 10 random durability damage. You're gonna hurt their durability. This one here, make one honor structure enter the protection stage lasting 15 minutes. So it's 1. You're going to protect 1 honor structure. What good is that? Well, maybe it's good because they're attacking yours at your AC4 and you want to protect it. But guess what? After 15 minutes, they're just going to attack it again. So the only value I see in going up is in the case that you guys wanted to reclaim tiles in one hit and you're super close. So we covered the green, covered a little bit of the blue, most of the blue actually. Let's cover the red a little bit as well. Now, I've only experienced the red going to the right, and I don't know, what going up does. I'm sure I will soon. I don't know what the Doomsday Conquest might means versus, say, your siege where you're attacking and your siege defense where you're defending. My guess would be that this is activated 24/7 whether you're attacking or defending, and then to the right is only when you're attacking, to the left is only when you're defending. I do a lot of defending, so I'll probably go to the left here soon, but I wanted to try out these 3 skills because they're pretty fun in my opinion. So to start off in this tree, you can go up, left, or down to the right, and they're all going to do something slightly different. The whole basis of this entire tree is going to be to increase your might and increase your resistance as well as your damage. If you go down, it's going to be for vehicles. If you go up, it's going to be for fighters. If you go into the middle, it's going to be for shooters. And it's very common. They're pretty much all the same. So you have one, it's always going to start with resistance, might, if you go down, or resistance, might, if you go up. Just depends on how your APCs are laid out. If you're a defender, resistance is good. If you're an attacker, might is good. However, every situation is just going to be different. Most common, you're going to have people going for might. So you go to the middle, you go resistance, might. Damage taken is going to be reduced. Resistance, might. Damage given is going to be increased during a siege. Resistance, might. And then we come to our 3 skills here. You have taunt, which is going to increase your might, your siege might, for about 30 minutes, and you can activate this once every 2 hours. So during kill event or something, if you want a nice buff similar to the Justice or President buff, you will unlock this, and it's going to help you when you're attacking people. It's a nice little addition combined with some other things, and a couple of these ways you can go. You can be pretty strong. However, I'm going to respec tonight, and I'm going to go away from this red because my base, is relatively strong. My heroes are pretty dang good, but I'm matched up with a bunch of super spenders and a super state, so I kind of have given up on attacking purple tiles that have been reinforced by these people, by our enemies, because my APC, even my strongest shooter APC with gold parts, it just bounces right off of them. They have the 3 sisters or Panther Anna Ivan, which is just a terrible combo, super overpowered, terrible in a good way, by the way. It's just super overpowered, and my shooters can't even penetrate them. So, that being said, I'm going to respec. But now you know the value of going to the right. You can also unlock the taunt. You can also unlock this skill too. If you are shooting a missile, this is maxed out. When firing a missile strike, 50% chance for a direct hit. So I don't want to deal with people, just refilling their anti-missiles. I don't want to craft more than 1 missile to attack them. I just want a direct hit. Well, use this skill. Especially, it's going to come into play when you're doing either combustion missiles or gas missiles. If you want a direct hit, that really takes the risk of takes out the risk of you having to craft multiple rockets, missiles. Use this skill. That's going to be kind of fun when I get to that. And then down here to the left, you're invisible. Technically, your base is not invisible. However, if you attack the enemy, that green marching line is going to become invisible. There's going to be no green marching line. Be invisible, they cannot see the marching line, or they cannot get your info from battle reports. So you attack them from the desert using speed ups, they're not going to be able to see where it came from, and they're not going to be able to see where you were. You're going to come up as a camouflaged enemy, and they're not going to be able to see anything about your formations whatsoever. So kind of fun. If you use taunt and you use the invisibility all at once, paired with even the missile, people are going to be like, yo, where is this stuff coming from? I just got attacked. I have no idea where I was attacked from. You have different skills if you go up. You have different skills if you go to the left. When your defending troop count is 1, your siege defense troop might is plus 10%. I'm assuming that means that as long as you have 1 troop, you're going to get this buff. I hope that's the case. Here you go, switcheroonie. When your durability is lower than 80% and you're being attacked, you have a 60% chance to trigger a random teleport and escape. 2 cooldown. I don't know what 2 cooldown means. I'm not even going to try to explain that. And then this one, unbreachable. When your durability wall is above 90%, your durability percentage is above 90%, your resistance is going to be increased to 10%. If it's obviously less than 90%, this skill is not activated. If you go up, you have 3 skills here too. Same idea here. To the right you have vehicles, you have shooters in the middle. To the left you have fighters. You have resistance to the right, to the left from there, and then to the right you have might. So resistance, might, might, resistance, might. Different combos for different things you want to test out. Ideally, by Eden or more than Eden, you're going to be able to unlock a lot of these and you become a monster. If you go up, same thing. Damage taken in Doomsday Conquest, negative 10% versus damage given plus 10%. Same idea here. But if we can scroll all the way up to these skills to the right, it will allow you to place a banner that lasts 30 minutes. So as an example of when you would use this is during your Alliance Wars, your Doomsday War. Say, for example, they're getting close to your AC. Well, you can just drop this pin or this flag, and for the next 30 minutes, ideally, you drop it on like a purple tile or something. For the next 30 minutes, the attackers within a 5-tile range, 5x5, will have negative 50% APC durability and combat lost. I don't know what the combat loss part is, but I do know that what this means is 50% extra durability that's required from the enemy to attack. So it goes from 10 to 50%. That's pretty cool, because if you can exhaust them of their durability, they really don't have an option but to stop attacking you. That one is pretty useful. I could see the value in going there. To the left, you have another flag banner, 30 minutes. Place the banner, last 30 minutes. Target within the 5-tile range will take 10% more demolition damage. So you're defending, or somebody's defending, the enemy's defending a purple tile. You drop a pin, they're going to take 10% more demolition damage. They're going to get hurt. And then to the right here, again, they're going to have, it's going to cost them more durability. So I definitely see the value in those. My assumption on the Doomsday Conquest is that it will be activated 24/7 versus only when you're sieging or only when you're defending. But correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm still learning. The top skill here is to increase your Legion cap by 1%. So I talked about this in another video in regards to the Legion Master. If you're the Legion Master, you upgrade this skill, you can have 1 extra APC in that Legion Master, in that Legion base. We don't need it. We're not there yet. I'm not going to worry about it, but it is there. So there we have it, guys. We've talked about the red one, we've talked about the blue one, and we've talked about the green special cheat tree as well. I hope this sheds a little bit of light. Basically, the consensus from this video, guys, is to increase your specialty points as quickly as possible. However, this is a strategy game. However you do it is going to be your choice, but I hope I've shed some light and maybe some ideas on what to try and what to experiment with. I recommend experimenting. Right now, I experienced with the red, but after now, I'm going to go all the way to the left on the blue, and then also, since I have enough specialty points, go left on the green as well. I'm going to go left on the green until I max this out, and then I'm going to finish and unlock the rest of these queues. That's just me. That's what I'm doing. I'm focusing a lot on the quests and upgrading the buildings, so I can get more honor points. I want to try to get a couple more before the end of the season. But that's just me. However you do it is the way you do it, and that's just the way it is. It's a strategy game, and everybody's strategy is a little bit different. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate your time. If you have learned something from this video, or if you watched it to this point, please, it helps me out tremendously. It doesn't take much for you guys to do it, but subscribe to my channel, like my video, share my content to other players so that they can grow as well. My goal is to help 1,000 people. My goal is to have 1,000 subscribers in regards to Last Shelter, and I hope that you guys will help me get there as well. So until next time, if you guys have a video or something you want to see, something you have questions about, I'm not the smartest person in this game. There are a lot of smart people, but go ahead and drop a comment and tell me what you guys want to learn. As well, I have one more tip for you guys. In Doomsday Conquest, you guys are going to lose a lot of troops and you're going to have to constantly heal troops. And I'm not going to take the credit for this because Trigga from our alliance told us this in our line group. If you keep doing your adjudicators, guys, even if you've done one for the day, keep them going. Every hour, have 2 adjudicators going or something, because the more adjudicators you can have at once and throughout the day going, the more serums that it's going to give you in your entire alliance. So I just collected before this video like 50 serums, so 55-minute reductions with serums, because my alliance had been continuously doing extra adjudicators. So thank you, Trigger, for that. Appreciate that, dude. Pass that on to your guys' alliance. Do a bunch of adjudicators if you want to decrease the time in your hospitals. It seems like sometimes it's forever. There's a member in my alliance who lost, I think, like 14 million troops, and it takes 45 days for their troops to be healed at this point. So that's pretty nuts. But anyways, I hope that helps, guys. Until next time, peace.